then just go to connect to your
All
data.
right, we are live on the Tower Radio Show. So, you guys, you may hear the echo. That's Jaime, Sinatra and his wife, the Fox. They're trying to get their internet going and started. Um, so we're actually trying to get everything together. We're trying to make sure we got everything going here. While they're doing that, we have a little issue with our Facebook. Do you see that, Miss Keisha?
Yes, I see that.
Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is try best to fix that real quick. So I'm gonna do that, Miss Keisha, while you and Mr. Dot go ahead and talk with Jaime and his wife.
Perfect. And did you want to go ahead and bring us in with the show intro?
Hold up, y'all give me a second.
Sure.
Okay, sure. Let us
All
know
right.
when you're situated. Mr. Dot, we got this, Mr. Dot.
Yeah, we got this, Miss Keisha. We got this.
Hold
We
on.
got
Look, we have Jhiame
I'm trying
Sinatra, Mr. and Mrs. Jhiame Sinatra on the
Yes.
Power Radio Show today. Get ready to do this interview with us. We're
That's
so
right.
excited to have you here. Miss Shay, what you got for us?
So for everybody that's viewing with us, guys, please go view us on YouTube. It's not even on us. Facebook is having like this big issue, so it's kind of hard for everybody to stream. So if you are a follower, we are on YouTube. Today we have a legend himself, a legend himself, Jhiame Sinatra. I want to say one of the kings with the SUC. That's how I'm gonna put that. That's how I'm gonna put that. So we gonna and we also got the wonderful, the beautiful, the Fox, his wife. She is so sweet, you guys. I mean, sweet. She was sweet when I met her. She is so sweet.
Welcome
So
you both.
give us a little insight and let our viewers know exactly who you are. If he can hear me, if you can hear me, let me know. Unmute your mic. Yeah, he's trying to get it. That's all right. We gonna work this till we get it right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do y'all do y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So you can go ahead and just tell the viewers who you are.
Okay. Well, I'm first of all, I'm a little country boy born in Mississippi and came from Memphis back in '81, and became working out in the streets of Lakers home and trying to hone my talents and do what I do, and then became somebody in this game that I hope to make a difference, and so I thank God for being considered the #1 hit maker for the SUC when it came to bringing them to the radio and bringing them to nationwide deals, and I appreciate having over 17 major deals off of my records with them and quite a few other artists out of Houston, H-Town. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
So-
definitely.
So Jaime, what made you want to get up into this?
Well, my father was he became a blues singer, but back in the day he was like a funk artist. And he also did a lot of writing and background work with Stax Records and Quality Records in Memphis. And so I was able to go and see certain sessions with Isaac Hayes during the time he was doing Mr. Isaac Hayes, excuse me. Well, during the time he was doing Shaft album, I was able to be around it, sit in his long stretch Eldorado and watch the Flow Model TV, and I was intrigued, as being like about 6-7 years old, I was intrigued just to see it. So I just became a person. I asked my dad to teach me my first song, and he taught me Nutbush City Limits by Ike Turner and Tina Turner. And after that, I fell in love with it.
Wow.
Awesome, man.
Wow.
Okay.
Such
Wow.
a diverse musical background. So who are some of your go ahead.
So what made you to decide to join with the SUC?
Good question.
Well, being y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I ain't no dummy, right? And I was doing R&B at first, so I had a group called Code 3's Got to Deal with Outburst Def Jam, so it took me on a trip to LA and worked with AMG and Domino and Moki Steph and all those people. So once that deal went south, went bad, I came back to Houston, and my ex-wife at the time, shouts out to her for saying, if you're gonna do this music thing, you still gotta feed these kids we doing. So I changed from doing R&B and focusing on me as an artist and doing R&B to really venturing out into the rap world, because I always did R&B hip hop. And my first record, by the way, was a rap slow song. Had never been done before. Matter of fact, my lawyer got us going through an agent to get inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for one of the first rap slow songs. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wow.
So that was
Okay.
in eight. That was in '85. It came out in '84, but you know, the record, the official record, came out in '85 before Special Treat and those guys. So we was like boom. You know, we was cutting edge of R&B hip hop from the jump. And so I said, you know what, I can just convert 'em. And because I used to listen to a lot of rap stuff, you know, gangster stuff when I was on the streets of Acres Home selling insurance. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so we when we did when I was, it was easy to make the transition, but I knew that Houston had yet to find its own niche. We had the Ghetto Boys, we had everybody that had their own thing, but it wasn't like H Town or Houstonized. No, everybody would say stuff like I'm from Fifth Ward or Fifth Ward, Texas on their record. So when I heard this young man with these guys, you know, doing, I had met Screw before, you know, saw him play Screw tape in Boomerang in on like a regular night on, you know, in the club. And so when I saw that they was actually giving Houston its own swag, its own thing. You know, like what I'm used to in Memphis. With, you know, 3 6 Mafia changed our whole sound in Memphis. So when I seen it happening here, I said this time I'm gonna jump on this time, and I went and met with C Note and told him, you know, I do remakes. He said, yeah, man, Screw told me if you do remakes, I need one for a song called Written All Over Face. I said, okay, I can do that. Which one to say? He said, Diamonds All in Your Face. And then when I did that, I done it free. You know, let the young folks hear what I'm saying. I done
Right.
that. I did that particular joint free, right?
Okay.
How many know it wasn't free? It sparked my whole existence in SUC. And I'm from the north side when they had a true real beef against the north side and south side. I was able to infiltrate the camp, you know, with a nice attitude and, you know, be consistent and really show them I really want to be down with it. And Screw accepted it, and we went on from there. And that history goes on. Now you got your, you know, your knocking pictures off the wall, your artist getting the little, down south we roll on choppers, south side remix, you know, with A Ball and G, I mean A
Yeah.
Ball and Key, on, and the list goes on. Roll up a blunt with Big Hawk and Pokey, you know, and many other hits I did.
Wow.
Wow, you have quite an extensive catalog that you're naming out there. So,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
out of all the work that you did, what was your favorite one? What do you think you enjoyed doing the most? Which piece?
Out of my favorite works of Screwed Up Click, I have to put them in perspective. Like my favorite artist to work with out of the clique was Pokey. Period, hands down. That was my favorite artist to that I was like, you know, just embroiled in his style and his finesse and the
Yeah.
way he attract and totally, you know, take my tracks and turn them into some real hypnotic G stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then Kiki just impressed me off the muscle because he did a feature at the now defunct Ultimate Sounds where I owe, you know, Richard Simpson, rest in peace, Big Rich, and, you know, Fad Judge Fad Wilson. You know, my whole existence of being able to make bread in the production game. And so he came through there, and I was very impressed with the young man. Right when I saw that, and then after that, I heard him on the radio. It was with Pimp Pen, and then after that, I longed to get on one of his albums. I couldn't get on that one, so the next album I had to, you know, fight. and ended up on the album with the last song, and that's the one Young Don who would be the key, the youngest Don of them all, the game I won't fall. That one. And so when I made that one, I was just ecstatic. Like that's the most excited placement that I was on there. But my best record that I really enjoyed doing was Big Hog Roll Up a Blunt. It took me to another level, and also Chopper.
All right.
Yeah.
Really cool. Miss Shay, I see we got the queen and king of Crank It
Yeah,
Up in the
she's
chat
in the
right
mix.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm always in the mix.
she in
we
the
got
mix.
I'm just here for backup. You know, whatever needs to be
we got
done
the Fox
in the
in here also.
background.
We got the Fox in
I'm
here.
here.
Hi Fox. How you doing? We love to have
I'm
you here
doing
too.
great. I'm blessed to, have
Yeah,
opportunities to, see the growth, see the interest back
mhm.
into what Houston has to offer as a whole in this music industry. So I'm loving all of it.
Oh, great.
Cool.
Great. So, Jaime, I have this question, and I know I've asked a lot of people because we had ESG also we interviewed, and I wanted to know what was one of your memorable moments with Big Pokey?
So many.
Uh,
Uh, the one. Okay, I'm gonna give you the one that won't make me cry. All right.
okay.
So
Okay.
we in the studio, and I had a nickname already from Hawk. He called me the Harmonizer. You know what I'm saying? After I did roll up a blunt, and so I was in the studio with Pokey, and they Pokey was wanting, he said, "Hey man, I got, we got to finish the album," but he said, "Well man, I done ran out of ideas," so they called me in. He had one idea, and that's the hardest hit. But what they did, they actually made me get up one night, out of my comfortable bed and come to the mansion and sit down and hear they whole album. And I'm going, man, I gotta hear some of my whole album. I hear albums all day. I work all day in this, so I want to chill. But I went by and we heard the whole album, and I was thrown away. I was blown away. But I instantly knew after I heard the album what he didn't have, and that was a chick song. He didn't have a chick song. He didn't have a song for the females. So
Right.
I said, man, I'm gonna go home. I got something already. I can feel it. So I went and did it. I went to the studio. I got Ronnie Spencer. I made them pay Ronnie Spencer because I sung the hook, but at the time I was a minister, so I was trying not to sing no type of hooks that was kind of not going with what I felt at the time I should be going. So I ended up having Ronnie do the hook, and when he came in the studio, we played the track. He was upset, like, man, I don't know love song, dude. I don't do no love song, no girls. I said, man, hey man, you got to. But he reminded me of. I knew the story before y'all seen the movie. I knew the story of how Biggie took hours because he really didn't want to do Big Papa and those songs there. So when I said, he said, how you hear me on that, Hyman? And we used to have that. A lot of these documents where me and him used to have like some real powwows, in brotherly love.
Right.
OG to young OG, in the studio. So I said, I bet you if I did two lines on this record, you'll be able to catch this record, man. I hear you all day. He said, ain't no way you heard me on that. I said, okay, open the booth. I mean, cut the mic on. I went in there and everybody gathered up in the booth. This was at Uptown where we made a lot of hits at. And so I went to the booth, everybody looking, and when the song came on, and I said, it's tripping me out, hold up. And when I said that, he stopped the tape. He said, man, don't say nothing else. And he said, I got it. And that was the song Tripping Me Out with featuring Snow and Ronnie Spencer
Wow.
on the hardest
I
bit
love
in the
that
leather
song too.
album.
That was a great
Yeah.
song.
Wow.
Then he
Wow.
Yeah.
picked me up. I was 300 pounds. He picked me up. They used to love doing that. Him and Hawker. They know it really made me mad, but
Yeah.
he picked me up and he said, Harmonizer, the finalizer. And that's how I got Harmonizer, the finalizer.
That was
Man,
great.
man.
So Jaime,
Love the folks, for real.
so looking back at your career, Is it anything
Mhm.
that you would change that you would do different?
Yeah, I would change the facts that we had to have our best independent labels be headed by drug dealers. That's what I'll change.
Okay.
Every label we had that type of stigma, and it cost us a lot. I would definitely change that because they wasn't at, I get fired off about that, but I'm a veteran and I don't
Right.
bar nobody. I tell it like it is.
Right. I got you.
When we start, it was, they didn't have the love and the passion for this music like we have, and they took advantage of that. Instead of investing back in the company, about you know worthless, senseless things that couldn't keep the company perpetuating and keep it going. And I really, that's my in my book. That's my most. It's called the lost and the lost empires of H Town, and it's talking about that because if you look at the history, it was that we didn't have the finances, so those cats became the CEOs who didn't maintain the fort, and so it happened all over. We not the only city, from Ruthless to every label that's been independent on really down south for sure. It's been, that's been what plagued us, having not quite knowledgeable leadership
Okay.
on how to do this business. Yeah,
Right.
Wow.
that's what I hate. I would if we would have went we'd have went a whole. It's too many major talents that this city should never. This
Yeah.
city should be like Atlanta. It should never really just fall off. It may fall down, but not fall off. And too many times we fall off because our leadership. Once the foundation is real shaky, everything else gonna be shaking. So what we got from that is a bunch of artists that became CEOs and did the same thing. That's
Yeah,
not drug dealers. They followed the same pattern. You
yeah,
know, uh, I got a line in one of my songs. I say, if you can pay Johnny, you can pay me. You know what I'm saying? And that's in reference of, all of the garbage that was bought instead of putting it back into our movies. That's why we have the movies that suck. We have the bad film and the bad investment because a lot of these cats feel like they might get a deal for 20 million to do the movie and spend $1 million on the movie. See what I'm saying? And
right.
then Johnny might get 5 million for a chain, and strip club get another meal. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff.
Oh,
Right.
right.
So
Real talk.
that's the problem we have with you.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. All right. So we have a comment from Al B. It says, after Crank It Up Part 3, I had to get him back on the stage. Shout out. So that's to you, Jaime. He said he had to get you back on the stage.
Yeah, I've been performing ever since my grandma cafe. I used to impersonate James Brown when I was 3 years old and get about 25 cents and 30s and 40 cents to give me some cookies and ice cream. So I've been performing all my life. So I'll tell you this, when I appreciate Al because I work hard as I call myself 50 Savage. I ain't gonna stop till the casket drop. And I see some of these shows, a lot of these cats need to stick around to see my show so they'll know how to do a show. And I'm just like, I'm very how can I say it? I'm very competitive, like a Jordan or something when I hit the stage. So when I hit the stage, it's all business, and I come to really break everybody off. I'm serious. I come to just take over the show, and that's what I do. I really work hard to break you off so you will learn how to come up here and be competitive on this stage and not just walk around and miss your words and miss your cue. I really put a lot into doing my stage show. Really.
Right. Right.
No bragging. It's just as old as I am, I ain't got time to play. So I want to teach wisdom. I want to make you upset. So you'll either keep on going in this game or quit. Because we really need, if you weak, don't want to hear what the rules and the guidelines, learn what you're supposed to learn and have the obedience for it, we rather for you to quit. But if you're
Right.
strong and You ready to, hey, you can take it. Come on out there, man, and you know, step your game up so we can, so the whole city will blossom. I
Right.
want you to beat me. I want you to break me off. You feel me? If you're
That's it
not
right
doing that, you know, you ought to be ashamed. You know what I'm saying? 58-year-old man breaking you off. I don't think you're ready. You know,
there. Yeah, that's the thing now. Because Tommy, you have some good stage performance. Trust me. When you perform, I've watched some of your videos and you have some excellent stage performance. And you say you 58,
like,
can't tell
I'm
because you
50,
got that good
yeah.
stage performance.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
mhm.
go ahead. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
So I have this question. So, as far as the SUC goes, how many of it is you guys? I know all you guys are legends. So, who actually really started the SUC?
Well, you know, of course, DJ Screw. You know, and then when you know, records know, real people know that the Botany Boys, C-No, Red, and Went Lean was truly the first ones to come in over there and start wanting to do this here. And then, you know, as C-No, I'm trying to remember C-No because you know I came later. C-No told me, and I'm being specific, that he say it was ESG. ESG started coming, and then it was Pat. How and I even think that I may be wrong, so I want you know, but C told me a lot of things that I tried to hold on to. I even think how you know now how came out the Pat because he said Pat came with a tape, and then he said, man, I want to do that. I want to try that. So it was like that order. Then it was Kiki, Pokey, you know, it's like that. Rest of the cat.
Wow.
Somewhere Mike D was in there, and it might be. And then let me say this: it's a lot of screwed up clicks. It's not just rappers. It was a bunch of people before that. You know what I'm saying? Corey Blunt, all them. You know, it's a bunch of people before that. We can't miss Owen. You know, Grace and all them. But you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of screwed up clicks. Pat Lemon, people that didn't rap. You know, they just screwed up clicks. You know what I'm saying?
Slab right.
It's a lot of slab riders, you know, a lot of that. A lot of that. It's members I haven't met. So I can't even sit and tell you, hey man, these are the members. Cause now the boss that can tell you that, he went on past. You know, he went on, you know, and left this earth and, you know, chopping and screwing it up, screwing up heaven. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we want. We want to keep on showing screw love because that's what it was all about, the love, not just the rap.
Wow.
Right.
Man, that is amazing. Your resume is just amazing by itself.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
you can't I mean, for those who don't know, you know, and for those of you who are trying to get on, we're having issues with Facebook. So if you are on here, please share it to Facebook so those who see it can know to jump on YouTube. But those of you who are on here, you don't know who Jhiame Sinatra is, you better go do your homework.
Yeah. You know, I, I, I want to be real, and I love talking with y'all because y'all actually, you know, have done some homework. A lot of times I be sitting here and I have to tell people just everything about everything. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I always tell anybody, one time I was in Austin, and you know, in Austin they played a lot of my music way before Houston did, and
Wow.
so yes, ma'am. In Austin we were number one. We were playing on radio and everything. Wasn't even playing in Houston on the radio.
Wow.
So Austin, a young Asian young man who like he was the music director. I was there in the studio in the thing, and I had my other young men with me. And I had told them about make sure you coming from Houston, so mention Wicked Cricket, mention I was telling them
Yeah.
about okay man, cool. And so one young man came in there. He was a Latino brother, and you know we all love that Latino brothers in Screwed Up Click because they have helped build us up. Believe that. So we sitting there and the guy had a meeting with him and he came out, he cheered it up. I said, "What's up, man?" He said, "Yeah, man, guy was telling me about you." I said, "Where you from?" He said, "I'm from Houston." And then the dude looked at me and said, "Man, you from Houston?" The Asian guy who's the PD said, "You from Houston?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, man." He said, "How you rap and bring me some product and you from Houston and you don't know who Jaime is?" And
Oh,
so it was a good lesson taught to my youngsters who I was working with at the time. They said, shouts out to them, hooking me up with cash money, got a joint with young money them because of them. But there was after he said that, they was able to see when he left, the guy took his CD at the time it was CD and throwed it in the trash.
Right.
And I say, that's y'all lesson to show you. If you don't know your history, and
that's
you
right.
walk up in these radio stations, you walk up in anywhere, and
Right.
you're doing and you don't know your history, and you from Houston, you gon' have that response. You
That's
can't be mad. If you
that's
get
right.
in something, you need to do the research. You need to
Right.
find out who is who. If you're
That's
not
right.
doing that, you're not gonna make it far. And if you do make it, you won't last long.
That's right.
Mm.
That's right.
Miss Shay, I got some questions that's going on
Sure.
in the chat, and I'm going to go over to the chat because I
Okay.
definitely want to shout out to CC Decor, Queen of Crank It Up,
Yes.
and also King Al B, who's the King of Crank It Up, and then
Yeah.
also Victor Bello with the
Yeah.
Man Cave Kings. We have him on here.
All
So we
right.
want to shout out to our team that's on here with Al B Production. But here's some questions. Tell us about your experience with working with Youngster.
Ooh.
Woo! It was a real experience. Hey, I ride for youngster any day.
Wow.
That's my young G. I'm a really nephew, big nephew. Uh,
Mhm.
when I worked with youngsters, you gotta understand they was really youngsters,
Yeah.
and they was a group of youngsters. Like it wasn't just one person made that album with us. As far as the youngsters collabing together, working together, they was so awesome in collabing and working together. I couldn't believe it. That's the glory. See, I can take put up with a lot of stuff when I see you got good work ethics in the booth. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Uh, it was challenging because they was new to the business, but they love to rap, so that's what they was all about, rapping. I could say the experience of putting the album together was a great experience, and it taught me the psychology of working with artists. Because if you're truly a producer, I'm not a beat maker, I'm a true producer. So when
Mhm.
you're truly a producer, you also have to have. I should have a doctorate in psychology, because you know if you're dealing with people just fresh getting out of behavior school or any kind of young juvenile situation, you're gonna have to handle them different. So
Yeah.
working with them, I learned how to handle situations a little different. Cause where I'm from, you get on it and you be on it and you be about it. But I had to be brought back, get the acres home poured out of me and kind of sit down and really kind of work with them with some patience. And we got it done. Youngster hate for me to tell this story. If you listen to Knocking Pictures Off the Wall, he did like a 14. The other second verse is Lil Flex. And the
Mm.
reason why we had to get Lil Flex, Youngster wouldn't even finish the 16. He didn't like the beat.
Ah.
Knocking Pictures Off the Wall, he didn't like the beat. He hate me to tell the story today. And after we got Flex on it, cause then throughout both all our faults, then it was a cat that should have been he should have been big as Suge them and Puffy, because he could
Ah.
actually go to the streets and find the talent. And he said, man, don't worry about it. Youngster tripping on that song. I already got a dude sound almost like him. That's what he said. And he went and got a little flex, and it's history. Now Youngster do both of the verses.
Oh
So, you know,
Wow.
nobody
yeah.
even knew that.
Yeah,
Nobody
he
That's
hated that.
knew
He
that
hated the beat.
song.
He hated the beat. He hated the beat. It was
Oh
too fast
man,
and all that. Yeah,
that
all
song be
right.
yeah,
jamming.
I
That
yeah.
song.
know.
Right. That tells you when you hire a producer, you trust that producer, to do what he do. You
Exactly.
don't, everybody laughed at Quincy Jones when Michael said to Epic, "Hey man, I want to use Quincy Jones for this album." But they were laughing because Quincy, he's a jazz, he's a jingle man, he's a theme music for the TV. He said, but he knew Quincy was gonna take his ideas that he did in the basement and actually put things together and take it to another level. And
Mm,
as y'all seen, that old man with that young man
mm.
created the best album ever in the history of black music,
That's right.
in
Yes.
all music, if you ask me. So that just tells you where we at right now. You got a lot of the young people, they don't know. They could come to me and they may do the beat, but I could work with them and make it a real record. It's a
Right.
difference between a record and just you got a beat, or you just got a song that is, a song. That is
Right.
different,
All
you
right.
Right.
know.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out to our boy Smoke with group therapy. We didn't forget about you, kinfolk. We gonna shout you out. We got you. We got you.
I know.
We
Right.
love you, group. We love you, Smoke. We got you, boy.
But
Yeah.
but piggyback off of what you just said, Jaime. I mean, you ain't only an artist. You was also a producer.
Right.
Yep.
So
Right.
what are some of the people you didn't produce?
Produce. Yeah.
Okay. When you say something, excuse me. I've been in the studio working with Bun Pimp, Face, Raheem the Vigilante. I'm on Mac Daddy. That's me singing the hook. Willie D. I worked with him on Clean Up Man. It was some of the ideas of production I did at the end that made everybody have to play the song all the way to the end, and the record was 5 minutes on radio. And that's more money on publishing. So I look at the big way of doing it to keep money flowing. Like now we'll make a song for 2 minutes so they can keep playing. So it's many artists, man. When it comes, I have songs that I work with. Too Short, Moken Stuff in L.A. Several many R&B artists. The list goes on. I have also a dance number one joint out in um Taiwan. What they call it? Indonesia. A lady
Wow.
by the name of Desio. That's a house beat. So I got some country stuff I did with Jolie. And I just do whatever, any music I'm able to produce it because I'm well versed in all types of music. So there's so many artists that I've worked with. I can't even Elder Barge, uh, Charlie Wilson, years ago when he was Uncle Charlie. He sung some hook. From Tamel Waiters remix for him.
Oh,
It just the list goes on, man. I worked with so many people, it's ridiculous. Scott Gurdon, I did a whole album on Scott Gurdon. You
man.
know, Scott Gurdon,
Man.
yeah,
You,
his album is awesome. If you heard it, it'll blow your mind.
So
Yeah.
besides the Crank It Up 4 coming up, what's next for
behind me.
Jaime?
For me, well, right now I'm doing me, man. I'm still producing people, singing hooks now and doing what I've been doing, but I'm doing me. I got several projects. One from Memphis to Houston, the other one, The Last Shall Be First, Beauty in the G, what I just put out and had the Foxter programming for me to show me how the songs should be in order for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? And then I did a Southern Soul album that's called Eargasm Soul. Well, my song Your Mama Side Piece is number one in the mid South region over there from Memphis to New Orleans to Atlanta to all those places. We also up for looking for a nomination in the awards in Southern Soul in Atlanta.
Oh,
And so I'm doing. I have my own style. It's called Gutter Soul. It's more of a soul with hip hop, but real soul singing. I'm a singer, not a singer. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So yeah. So I focus my new album we dropping real soon. I put it as a mixtape. That's the one I'm bringing all my rap artists. Even from Scarface is on there, K Reno on there. We sing about reparations. We sing about
Wow.
real black men, alpha man stuff, not beta man stuff. We singing real alpha man, direction. We need it right now, huh, fella? We need
Right,
it right
Okay.
now,
right,
So,
Okay.
right.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
we letting the women know how to treat us in order for us to make it together and treat each other right. So we always hear how to treat y'all. We asking y'all how to let y'all know how to treat us and to get the best
yeah.
response from us. And we're not gonna focus on the deadbeats because we're not talking about beta. talking about real men, alpha
Right.
men. So alpha man know exactly what to do without you always telling them, and sometimes you got to tell them. That's just the way it goes. But we want to encourage the sisters to stay with us. We stay with them and take it to the next level. Because if we join together and be like we supposed to be, we'll be that next gap. You know what I'm saying? The Black Wall Street. Feel me? And we'll be
Yep.
back on point. So I want to kind of get us to come together and and don't be afraid or mad against real men masculinity, the one that's supposed to protect you, be there for you, and also shelter you and hold you. You know what I'm saying? At the same time. I'm gonna teach my fellas how to be hard and soft at the same time and don't have no
Right
problem.
there. That part right there. So we got another question for you, Jaime. It's from
Right.
Albie. He said,
Mm.
who you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
It's a good question.
Uh, the one I really wanted to work with, the two I really wanted, the three I really wanted to work with is gone. When you talk, and definitely it's a number one I wanted to just be able to write a song for him one day. That was Marvin Gaye. You got
Ooh.
James Brown, Michael Jackson, and Prince. Uh,
Ooh.
I didn't. I never wanted to work with Stevie because he too good. I ain't know. I don't. I'll be intimidated. I feel. Stevie. He don't need my help. I want to learn from him. Anybody I ever wanted to work with. Oh, I wanted to work with Frankie and also my uncle Charlie again. We know each other from a bad place, but now it'd be good for a good place. But nothing we did toward each other is what we was doing to ourselves. I just want to also thank the Lord for making 34 years clean this year.
All
Crack
right.
cocaine.
Amen.
Right there.
God is
That's good.
God is truly good.
Amen.
Uh, I can't, I want to stay, without getting too emotional, but
Come on.
It's all right.
Okay.
Come on. It's all
It's
right.
all right.
Okay. We
All right.
good.
This
All
is
right.
how people need to see it
Got
because
it.
Yep.
it's true and it's real and it's not artificial. It's totally
Already.
real. You
Amen.
can understand Jaime is a major producer. He
Right.
is a legend in Houston, but he also is human.
Like,
Yep.
hey, man, being hard and soft at the same time.
Anytime. There you go.
right, that's
Exactly
right,
what
that's
you
right,
said.
that's
And
right.
you know what?
So
That's what makes us love you even more because you're able to show us that you are a vulnerable person.
Right.
You do
I
go through
appreciate it.
to be
I
34
appreciate it.
years clean.
Yep.
That is
Yes, ma'am.
That's
amazing.
right.
And I wish you nothing but the
Thank
best.
God.
And God keep raining on you and raining on you and raining on you to
Exactly.
keep doing what you doing. And trust me,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
top gonna stick behind Jaime Sinatra because
That's
he
right.
is our family. It's our H
Yes,
town boy
ma'am.
right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Real
Yes, ma'am.
recognize real.
So,
So you
you
that's
know,
I
what's
that's
up.
just thank you.
behind.
Thank you. That real record.
That's
Hey,
the
I want to say that coming from Memphis and going through the life I went through, I just want to say, I just thank God for H Town, uh, making well my grandma passed who raised me, and I'm a grandmama baby.
Right.
My cousin they a trip right now, but I'm the favorite. But we gonna talk about. But she left in 2005, and I was able to be thankful, and tell them one night when we won the video of the year, me and Power Wall was swinging in the wine. I was able to tell her, hey man, y'all made it well. I went through some things, but my grandma was able to see and get rewards from the streets actually supporting my music, showing me love. So when she left here, I was number one in the music scene of H Town, and people was telling her all in Memphis who I was out here. And I just want to thank Houston for continuing to support me in what I'm doing. And it's a beautiful thing to raise a family of five doing what you love to do, living your dreams. And I did that through the help of Houston and all the support and some of the finest artists in the world. So I
Right.
just want to tell everybody I really appreciate y'all, man. Houston have brought young Senatovia born, Sardis, Mississippi born, Memphis raised kid to another level. You know what I'm saying? I thank y'all.
Well, if nobody else gonna tell you, the tower gonna tell you no, thank you.
Thank
Yes.
Very welcome.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, we
Salute
appreciate
to y'all.
everything you done done.
Yes.
Salute.
Yes.
Really.
You know,
A quick story though. We were out at a basketball event, and Jaime and his wife, the Fox was out there with us. And if I tell y'all, and we're not just saying this because we are so from Houston, but when you get around Houston artists that are really just true and humble, and I'm gonna tell you, Jaime got in there like we've been knowing Jaime and his wife for years. And we laughed, y'all. We ate chicken. We had a good time. And when I tell
we had a
you,
good time.
when you see him and his wife like they are on this camera, that's just how they are in person. They not funny acting, they real, they true, they talk with you, they give you gems on this music industry, they give you gems on life.
Yeah.
So when you come out on the 29th to the Slab Rollers event, when we selling tickets and you see Jaime and Miss Fox, go up to them. Trust me, they not gonna act funny. They gonna talk with you. They gonna talk to you like they've been knowing you at a bunch of picnics.
I heard that all my life. That's true, man. That is so true.
You know, like people say, you know, you got celebrities, you hear other stories, but the celebrities here in Houston really are Houston bred. They don't act funny. They are real. Trust me.
Right.
Them too, because we had fun with them, baby.
Yeah.
We had some fun.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't wait to see him tomorrow. We gonna have some. But we got a viewer, Tommy, that said, I got a lot of questions because I'm coming. I'm getting to you.
Okay.
Shout out to Master C. We have Albie said, have you ever worked with SPM?
South Park Mexican. So
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I got a real funny story about this.
Here we go. I'm ready for this one. Listen to this one.
I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try. I gotta keep it clean. Boy, I'm gonna say it like this. I used to tell everybody to come to my house because, you know, like I told you, I was a minister at the time. My kids, you know, I said, come to my house. You know, I don't want to be around the wrong elements. You know, they want to be around. You know, then God will take me another direction. So I used to tell people come to my house, and Carlos, you know, and if you want this money, you need to come here. I said, okay, man, I'm coming. You know, the deal was 5,000 for three tracks, so you know I ain't gonna miss that. Back then, that was some money to us, you know.
Right.
And to me, it's still gonna be money. It could be $200 money, but you know. So to make a long story short, I was in the studio. You know, my chest big at this time. I got several hits on the radio, and so he said, you know, he reviewed the tracks. He told me how many the ones he wanted. I came to pick up the money, and he got me there specifically. And let me tell you something. When I met him, I had met him before at a guy named Ronnie Bookman house. He was recording with Ronnie Bookman back in the day, his first album. And so he by this time he's at another level. And so he was looking at me and he said, "Let me tell you something, honey." He said, "I don't even need your tracks." And he didn't say it that nice, but I don't even need the tracks. He say, "See, but I'm smart." And I'm gonna tell you, man, it was like I was talking to Guzman for real. Like the way he was talking, it was like, you know, at the time you want to be quiet and hear what he got to say, so possibly you can get out of there. That's how I felt. So yeah, I don't really, you know, say, but you're the lick. I'm gonna say you're the lick. You're the lick right now, and you're the hottest in your squad and your peoples. He said, so I'm gonna go and pay you the money. I need you to come here, take pictures, do some other things. I want to, you know, it's not about your tracks. It's about your track record. I said, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Right.
And I've been using it ever since.
Right.
I've been using it ever since. Thank you, Carlos. SPM, you the coldest. And what you done, you did it for your people. You did it with your people. And God's flight, I want you to come home one day and be free and be the man you should be.
Right
Peace.
there.
Really.
Right there. So we got
For real.
another question for you, Jaime. So this is from Master C of the Biz. Shout out to the Biz Radio. He said, how long you been in the game?
38 years. I count 38, and the only reason why I count 38 is really like 40. But the only reason I want to be authentic, and if my first record came out when I was, when I was 19 years old, and so I really was my first time recording. I was 16, but I don't count those times because I was at a amateur level. But when my record came out and it got on radio and everything, that was my professional introduction. So I say 38, and when I say 38, brother, I ain't talking about 35 years and I quit and my girlfriend told me to stop doing music and I did it. And, I ain't talking about them times. And I ain't talking about times where people be stopping and then they start again. I never did that. I always did music. I didn't care if I cleaned toilets. At night, I was producing in the studio, or in or doing demos to get where I need to go.
Wow.
38 years, solid. That's why I renamed myself 3 years ago. I put the Sinatra at the end. I put the time in for that.
Okay, because that's legendary. That's just that Sinatra just speaks leverage.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've seen it all, done it all.
I was posting all kind of names. I was posting Jhiame Gay, Hyman Mayfield, and Hyman White, Hyman Jackson. I was doing that. And one day I said Jhiame Sinatra, and everybody lit it up like, "Hey man, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's you."
That name speaks for you. That name speaks for you.
Yes, man. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all gonna make me feel like I'm special, man. I appreciate y'all.
You all special. Trust me.
Yeah.
Sinatra. Do they not
know?
Yeah. Track record speaks for itself.
I mean, your track record. And again, to all of you, is if you have not went and did your research, Jhiame Sinatra track record speaks for him. Just meet him. Trust me, you're gonna be like, "Why I ain't followed him yet?" Because he gonna give you. I say this. This is what I said, and I was thinking it in my head today. I said, "Okay, Jhiame Sinatra to me is like the Houston Luther Vandross."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome. Well, my uncle be cutting flips. He love Luther. He be cutting John. Uncle John be cutting flips right now. Yeah, Luther, that's right. You know what I'm saying? That's who it is. Now I really appreciate that because Luther was just, man. Luther, I mean, that's class, man. Luther. I can go deep on really why I like Luther, way past the music. Luther, no matter what people may have in their lifestyle, it didn't overshadow what he was truly about as a man and music and everything. And I appreciate him for having the class that he had, and he exuberated beyond the music. You know what I'm saying? My personal life, your personal life, that ain't important. What's important is, do you love this music? And I won't do anything because my love for music is so vast and so deep. I don't want to do anything to taint the music. So that keeps my life in perspective. It keeps me knowing that I'm not 25 no more, not 30 no more. I'm actually elder, and I have to go out with the class that my grandma taught me and people like Luther taught me. You know what I'm saying? So I love Luther. Yeah.
So we got another question. How did, I guess he's saying, Vic is saying, how did you become an official member, I believe, of SUC?
I thought that too.
Well, I was a member and really didn't know it. A lot of people don't know this, but Screw was my fan before I was ever here. I didn't know about Screw until the young man, is it Prodigy? It's a producer named Prodigy. Used to work at Sound Waves on Main, and he went to New York and became one of the biggest producers, Gang Star and all those. And he told me that this guy named Screw, DJ named Screw, every time since he bought my EP, He said, man, he said, anything you drop, you know, call him. So he would, when I would drop something as an R&B artist, Screw would go and pick it up immediately. He was first one to be picking it up there because they'll call him and tell him. And so from that point, I knew about Screw. But then when I did Diamonds All in Your Face, I called Screw. By this time, I had several hits, and it was like 2000. And I called my ex-wife at the time. Wife at the time, she said, "Hey man, I'm tired of going to the shows and all of them got their piece on and you ain't got one. You looking old, you know. I want you to look, you know, with the other cat." I said, "I do it, you know." So I called Screw to make sure I could get the piece, and what I can put on it and stuff. And I said, you know, she said, "Well, yeah, man." He said, "Yeah, get your piece, man. You know, you part of the crew." I said, "Man, I really want to be official to where, you know, everybody." He said, "You part? I thought you knew that when you did the song for Courtney." And I said, "Who?" He said, "Courtney, Courtney." I say, "Who you talking about? I don't know no Courtney." He said, "See, Jhiame, see no." I said, "See no name is Courtney." And so, yeah, it messed me up. I'm from Memphis. Courtney would
That's
be
all
a
right.
white girl or something. So,
Yeah, right there.
so, yeah, straight up. So, this is what is come to play it. I never thought that was gonna be. This was like 6 months before he died, and so I never thought that was gonna be something I would have to bring up or something
Mhm,
until years later. I started using my montage of SUC Jaime, and he
mhm,
was excited to do it because I'm from the north. And finally, he wanted to say, "Well, okay, we got somebody from the north, and he a key player with the Screwed Up Click." He called me the ambassador of the city. He called me that. He said it's gonna bring everybody, you know, together, you know, cause you know you gonna make them home, you know. So years later, I was challenged about the SEC montage, you know, putting that title on me, and I called C. I was very upset about it, and I called C, and I told him the story. And as I told him the story, he said, "You know you ain't lying." I said, "Why you know I ain't lying?" He said, "Cause Screw never called me C-No. He never called me C. He always called me Courtney." And that when C said, "No, man, it's bona fide." Jaime, he told Jaime that because I didn't even know C-No name was Courtney. You know, you got to realize who C-No was before the music. You understand? So
right.
you would think his name would be, you know, Calvin, or Carl, or
Right.
you
Not no.
know, like Celtic or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, yeah, that boy wasn't playing. You know, he threw out there. He really, you know, to be, you know, it's funny, you know, because you know he said Courtney, who is that? You know, true story.
Right. So we got another question. So Albie was asking, have you ever sat down with Pimp C? And if so, what is the funniest conversation you guys had?
Man. Oh, Pimp C was so many stories. Chad, had that, you know. But it's what I want to tell y'all for sure. When he got mad at me, uh, it's awesome why he got mad at me. He had every bit. I was standing outside of a club. They was having a night for him because he just got out, and he did a single. His first single he featured on was our single by a guy named Nephew. And we at the time I had the squad, the Assassins, and they was my young production team. We was all over the United States producing. And he saw me in front of the club. Cause I said, you know, I ain't gonna walk up there and tell him who I am. I'm gonna just wait on you know, Pimp to come up, him and Bun and everybody. And then I just walk in with them. And Pimp saw me outside just talking to my team and talking to somebody else. I forgot who it was. It might have been Eric Spivey. And I'm sitting out there talking. And no, that was Quay. Quay was out there. they wasn't letting them in either. But I didn't even try to go up there because I know how they act. You know, these young folks, they act like they don't know who the hell everybody is, and that's sad. But so he got mad at me for standing out there waiting on them to go in. He got mad because he said, "Haim, I'm sick of you sitting up here letting these people not know who the hell you are. Now you come on here with me, let me tell you." And you should have seen him. He was passionate about letting them know who I was. And he said, "Man, as long as you live, don't let nobody die. I trying to keep it clean. Anything on your on your legacy. You would say BS on your legacy. To make to make them know who you are. Don't just sit back and let them continue to look stupid. Be stupid. Let them know who you are, and go in accordingly. Just that's they supposed to respect you like that. This is a hip hop club, so that's why he's saying it like that. And it was beautiful. It was passionate. It was I laughed, I laughed during it, and at the same time tears were coming out my eyes because this man is at another level now.
Right.
We started recording together back in the day. He would run over in my time, UGK, Big Time Records, Big Time, I love you. But rest in peace. We would lap each other's studio time. And when we had the party at Track Design, they would play our songs, and he was motivated on things I did, like percussions and stuff. And I was motivated on they finessing style. And we all grew from each other. And so I love Pimp. One of the most devastating things when he passed, because it feels like you don't have that little brother that'll ride for you no more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, me and Pimp have quite a bit of stories, but that one right there resonated with me longer than anything.
It's good to hear that. It's good to hear that he was telling you to still be true to who you are, and don't let nobody downplay all the accomplishments that you had accomplished in your career.
And he was very, very vocal about it that night, and we had a good night. Awesome night.
All right. Well, Mr. Sinatra and Miss Queen Fox over there, it looks like the Tower Radio Show crew that was on, Lay Tay, Mr. Dot, Miss Shay, they must have lost connection. So definitely we want to keep this going because we want to make sure that we definitely honor this interview because it has been a pleasure having you on here with the Tower Radio Show crew. We greatly appreciate having a legend such as yourself on here. And we definitely appreciate Al B for bringing you on our show and allowing us to do this interview with you and Vic as well, who basically just make sure we stay connected with all you guys and have you on the show. From what I'm seeing here, I see that right now we have a power outage going on in the Queen and King studio at the Tower Radio Show. So that's why they lost connection. So we apologize for that.
No problem. Things happen.
And one thing that Albie just said is he said, "Shout out to Lady Fox and my guy Jhiame."
So I tell him, I said, shout out to LB. Tell LB, I love LB. His checks don't bounce. I love him. Yeah, his checks don't bounce. You got to shout out to LB. Hey, shout out to LB.
Shout out to the king of Crank It Up.
LB Productions. Love you, boy.
Yeah, that's right. So you're gonna be at Townwood Park with us tomorrow, hanging out, and I know Crank It Up 4 is coming up, so I know you're gonna be out there too. So just want to make sure. Look, you see, sister, look, CC the car on here rolling too.
We there. We got a little one. We gonna bring him there.
Yeah, and shout out to Miss CC as well.
Man, CC, what's up? What's up? Yeah.
I love
having
number love from them both for the Tower Radio Show.
Tower Radio Show is awesome, man. And y'all, the forum and the questions y'all asking and the people are asking, it's awesome questions, man. I mean, I'm very touched because usually it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they look like our buddies coming in.
We
Yeah,
back.
Yeah, they are.
Oh man, thank you, thank you.
Neighborhood just had a blackout.
Yeah, okay, okay. I sure didn't want my player to leave. I feel like I'm in I'm in a barrel right here by myself, man. Come on back, bro.
Yes,
I need
yes.
some backup, bro.
Yes, yes, yes. Look,
Yeah,
I
man,
would have
please.
held you down. Look, I
Yeah,
wouldn't have let you feel
thank you.
like you was in that barrel.
Thank you,
Definitely.
thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I forgot this ain't the Oprah show. I mean,
No, this is our radio show. So we gonna come out with some questions and answer things. So, so I want to ask you a question though. What do you think
okay,
as someone who has been in this industry for 38 years, right?
right.
What do you feel was like your high point, and what do you feel is like your lowest point in your that you feel is the lowest point in your career being in this industry?
my my highest point that I truly feel was like my highest point. It's so crazy because I've been in this game, you know, even if you don't stop, you go up and down. I've been there up and down like 4 times. And
Mm-hmm.
in certain times it lasted a long time that I was up, so it
Right.
all balanced out. Um my highest point is I have to go with the first time I went nationwide. Um as one of my high points in that season. My minimum time with Rap a Lot when I did Mac Daddy and Cleanup Man with Willie D.
Mm-hmm.
The Cleanup Man with Willie D actually showed me, that was my first time flying. That was my first time going to Baltimore. Not my first time up in the northwest region, northeast region, but my first time going to Baltimore and Washington D.C. and being part of a $300,000 budget video, being well, my grandma and my mama who always got Jets magazine, they could turn to the page and see we made it to the number 4, number 3 on the soul charts of the Jet magazine. To see that, see my name on nationwide product after just being clean of crack cocaine for about 2 years, to come up out of that and then see myself on a major video, major clothing budget. God just changed that thing instantly. He told me if I made one step, he'll make many more. And it happened instantly, almost by mistake. And so that goes down as my peakest time as an artist. But as a producer, it was, to do the hits I've made, to be able to go back to the streets. Well, a young man by the name of C Note who used to sell a lot of more insurance than I did. For me to be able to see him when the police came to the signing, for the signing thing, he was a little nervous. And I said, man, you're gonna have a lot of people of their age because that's a rude boy record. And Libertium did it. So I say, man, you're gonna have those type of people. And he could not believe that
Mm-hmm.
the police was there with their wife to get pictures and an autograph from him. And to see that and him tell them, man, go give me a camera so you can take a picture so my grandma can see I'm taking pictures with the police. It took me to a situation where, God, thank you, because I knew I had to pay for putting the bad stuff out in the streets. I was one of the beginners, and that's what came from that, to watch a young man like C-Note take up that and go to another level. And then now he don't have to do that no more. He's getting paid for what he loves to do, and it's not something that he'll end up into in jail or prison for. That was the highest point to me as as a producer. The lowest point is to watch everybody I work with, you know, in this one circle of crew die,
Right.
get killed. Uh, and people gonna be mad at me for saying this, mostly because of the drugs. in some kind of way, it was somewhere some drugs played a part. It don't matter, what it was. It was somewhere in the story. So that's my lowest point, to watch younger brothers that I love to work with having in the middle of a session mixing Hawk voice, getting a call at digital service that Hawk is now dead. Mixing his voice in the midst of it. Didn't know until we own his voice part, and then here we get a call he just got killed. Those are the lowest, hardest points of seeing my comrades in the music business die. You know what I'm saying? Frivolously. And we young, but we ain't kids, and hear these things happen. It just crushed me. So that's my lowest point. The death toll that been in this.
Wow. Wow. So we got another question here, Jhiame. We have our viewer Smoke from Smoke and Bam. He said, "What's your first freestyle tape at Screw's house?"
Good question.
No, that's like a derogatory question. First of all, I never did a freestyle screw tape. I didn't, but I'm on. Matter of fact, I was told this. I only learned this, and it was weird that I didn't know this. I only knew this about 3 years ago. That I'm on off parole and another couple of tapes with a song called Mac Daddy by Raheem, and he chopped up a few other featured songs that I was on, and also a lot of my works with the clear tape, Trojan and Boxers with what's her name, Anita Howard. That's one of his most famous chopped and screwed songs. Those are the songs I'm on. I never was a freestyler, like Pokey them. I came in as a producer, but I've been on make like 3 screw tapes. I didn't even know.
Wow. Wow.
So that completes my resume, young man. Yeah, I'm on screw tapes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right there.
Go Get Out Parole. I'm the first song on there, and he liked it so well. It's about 15 minutes long. He did it twice.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm on there. What's the next question?
All right, here we go. All right, so we got Miss Cynthia, which is the queen of Crank It Up. She said, "I'm from Milwaukee. The Southern hospitality is everything. In the last year, I've met some really good people like Lady Fox and the Tower Radio Show crew. I love y'all. We love you.
We love you too, Miss CC4.
We love you, Miss
We love
Collins.
you.
So Jaime, as long as you've been in the game, you've been in the game 38 years.
Right.
So what makes you keep that interest and just wanting to stay in the game?
Well, I can honestly say, man, my mama, she can sing. She's like a comedian at the same time. Her energy high. My daddy energy high was high, and he sang all day, every day, gospel, R&B. So, man, growing up watching my daddy tell me about Marvin Gaye, and I got turned in checking out Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye was our Tupac. Like these young people after us, it was Tupac. Marvin Gaye was our Tupac. Just like Elton John before before the other world, Elton John was our Eminem. So listening to that music, it's something about music. When I was a young abused child, or going through any pain or any problems, having a mama that had me at 13, 8 years old, and 65 was not easy. So even the pain I went through, I found out that music would take me away from it, from the bullying and all that. Matter of fact, if I seen Preston, my bully, when I was in elementary, I would pay for his lunch and dinner because he used to fight me to make me sing in class. All the things that I went through to get to this level, and music. I don't only just love the music, I love the music biz because it's forever changing. I could be broke right now, and then all of a sudden a song come like Beating on the Block by Mona Leo, who took my sample from Knocking Pictures
off the wall.
and I'm
Yeah.
back on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I love this business. I love the challenges. I'm gonna tell you this. It may sound crazy. My struggling times is the best time.
Mm.
Right.
The times when I'm smooth, everything smooth, and I gotta honor these contracts by this date and all that with a lot of money in the bank, a lot of
Mm.
problems. But when I have to struggle a little bit to make some things happen and keep going, I really like that. I know it sounds crazy, but
Right.
I really like that. I really like this game, how it can transform you to nobody and to somebody in a matter of one hit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it draws me. Music is in my vein. I often tell people when they walk up to me and they knew me for years ago, and they say, "You still doing music?" I look at them and say, "Now I know you never knew me
Hmm.
because
Mm.
I never stopped." I say something small like, "Man, is you breathing? Is you still breathing?"
Mm.
Because that's what I'm doing. I'ma still live, still
Yes.
breathe. And what I love about it, that makes me just really love about it, I want to be Superman and I want to live forever.
Come on now.
So when I do close my eyes and God say, it's time for you to go and take that rest. I know I left some on this earth that'll never be forgotten, and I'll live forever.
Right.
Ready.
Right.
Hey.
Legacy.
See, you know what it is, and it's something that my husband, Mr. Dot, says all the time, and this is true, Jaime. I can really say this for you. They see the glory, but they don't know your story.
Yep.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
And
y'all sitting here. Hold up, let me just say that. I don't mean to interrupt you.
no, go
Y'all
ahead.
sitting here, y'all sitting here looking beautiful as ever. We got this new technology where we can reach out to each other and smile at each other. We saw that on the Jesse, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
And we could talk to each other. And hey man, I could tell, boy, y'all don't look like what you've been through.
Right.
So
Mm.
that's a blessing.
It
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
That's
So
right.
so so hey man, we look younger than our daddies did when they
Okay.
was our age, brother. You know
Okay.
what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
so hey man, take your hat off for hip hop. You feel me?
That's right.
Hey baby, hey,
Right.
hey. I
So,
got carded the other day, you know.
you ought to feel good about that.
Already.
So, Jaime, are you gonna have any new videos coming out?
Yes, we get ready to do a mama side piece video. We getting ready to do we getting Ace, we doing Ace the Ace So Real video over. And what was the other one we getting ready to do? We wanted to do we're gonna do an animated
Yeah.
video for the song that I'm gonna release for the last alpha male standing. The first one of the first singles is Ghetto Star with featuring Big Pokey. So we're gonna do an animation video for that one. So we got a lot of things about to happen. Getting ready to come out with a project from Brian College Station. What's up, Brian College Station? Y'all played my music before anybody. We getting ready to release Moose Big out of Bryan College Station, and he gonna be along with the Colombian Princess, and the song is called Slut. And when you hear it, it's a rendition of my old ways of taking a remake and putting it to the fire. It's a '99 2000 Jaime sound out to the 2000 to the 2023. So we
Wow.
really excited about everything. We got Fox, me and the Fox. We doing the Beauty and the G Show podcast. Gonna
Okay.
talk about hip hop love, the
Wow.
love and couples, and how we got to bring ourselves together, and put some of the old values back into the game of marriage
That's
and
what's
Yeah.
and
up.
and and,
Ready.
and socializing. And look, let's talk to each other. No
That's
matter
it.
what. When you see somebody, take the headphones off sometimes. Take the phone. Hey man, what's up? How you doing? Let's make it. I once saved myself from getting robbed and didn't even know it by talking to a young man. And young man said, I was gonna rob you, man, but you remind me of my uncle, and
Mm.
walked off. Yeah,
Right.
so talk, talk to each other. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. Let's see about it. Know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Right. So we got LB. LB say he got some platform shoes with the goldfish in it. He can be in the video side piece.
You know what? You know what? Matter of fact, I need to borrow them. Them the ones I was
I
looking
know
for.
you just about to say that. I was just
Man,
reading the
I want a
comments.
shark in mine though, but I'm
Shark. Shark.
I'll be something else. I want them to do that. I want you to come on there like Huggy Bear.
Man. Okay. So we have Victor Bellows from the Man Cave Kings. He said, "Are any artists SUC? Because there are a lot of people who want to claim SUC."
You know what I want to say to that? I want them to claim it.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to claim it. Yeah, you know, I want them to claim this shit. I want them to keep Screw Dreams alive.
Exactly.
I want them to come out and say, yeah, I'm SUC. I want that. You can put new on it. I'm the new SUC. Second generation, whatever. I want y'all. The pettiness about that should go out the window. Because we want to keep that name alive. And it only works if people keep proclaiming that they are part of SUC. Now, we don't want you doing no weird stuff and claiming SUC.
Exactly.
You know, we want you to, we don't want you rainbow SUC shirts. We want you to just be, keep it player and whatever you about. But we do want you to claim. We do want you to claim SUC, and represent it well.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Exactly. So for those of you, what Jhiame is saying, if you claim SUC and you are an artist, claim it with honor.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Claim
we ain't got to know nothing about your personal, none. Just claim it with honor, man. Respect it.
Because it's a lot of artists on the SUC that deserve you to respect them. They have a whole lot of integrity and they have a whole lot of leadership and they are legends. So they don't need their name tarnished.
Right.
It's not never been tarnished, so they don't need it tarnished. Mm-hmm. They build a legacy. Y'all do not understand. Those of you who are watching the Talk Radio Show, if you do not know about the SUC, and like I always say, go do your homework. And LB, he gonna text you a picture of them shoes.
Yeah, tell him I want to see them. I want some just like. Tell him don't text me none. Go buy me some so I can wear with him.
Oh my goodness! So how did you come up with the song? What did you call it? My mama side piece or your
mama side piece? A lot of the stuff that I do is I'm talking about past life. Being from Memphis, we didn't follow drug dealers. We followed the how can I say it? The people personal managers of pros. We didn't follow drug dealers. We used to see a lot of them, and all my life, as a youngster, I was infatuated with older females, and part of my life journey was, those was the one that looks out, you know what I'm saying, and and me not being nurtured as a child as much as I probably wanted to. That's what I went after, and so a lot of that song is about, you know what I'm saying, my journey as a youngster. Pretty boy. I was a pretty boy, but still a little pretty. But that was those days. If you seen my look back then, you'll understand why I was able to. I was about the older woman, though. The older woman, the older women. I always feel like a young man ought to date older because she'll teach you how to really, really get it in the real world. Really become a mature person at a young age, minus the bull, and be real. You know what I'm saying, with yourself. So that's why I did that in dedication to the few that I ain't gonna say many, the few that was in my life that was of older persuasion and you know. So I used to go to the house and be like, Baby Boy, you know, the man on Baby Boy, you know,
Yeah,
deal with the grown cats that almost my age, you know what I'm
right,
saying,
right,
or older, you know what I'm saying. So that was my way of looking at it as a as a funny situation. And
right.
as we talk about that, I like to send a special shout out to a lady named Miss Marion Dennis, who was a very um, prominent person in my life and went on to go see the Lord about 15 years ago. So, you know, I just want to, you know, that was that song that I just dedicated to, you know, my shenanigans as a youngster. You
I
know, that was
got
that
you.
song.
I
Yeah.
got you.
I'm not like, we're better, we're much better now. You know,
You just have to put that in there. You have to add that in. Let me add that piece in.
Indeed.
we're doing better now. You know,
Man, you gotta love Mr. Sinatra, man. You
Yeah.
gotta love him. You gotta love him. And he is funny like this when you talk to him in person. This this is the real Jhiame Sinatra. Trust me. And it makes you vibe and stick close to him because he's real. You know, he's not as most people always say, you know, I rather authentic. No, he's original. It's just him. Miss Fox is the same way. The Fox is the same way. I'm telling you, y'all gonna enjoy them.
Thank
So
you.
tomorrow we have the Slab Rollers meet and greet. You will see
Right,
Jhiame Sinatra and the Fox out there hanging with us. We'll be at Townwood Park at 6 o'clock. Please come
right.
out. We are selling tickets. Get your tickets so you can see Jhiame
Yeah, that's right.
Sinatra.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. We are coming with full throttle.
Yeah.
We gonna have a stage prop. We coming all the way with it. You know, it ain't no game. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you know, it's time. You know, we in the fourth quarter, and I'm gonna have to do what I do. Oh, them live. Tell them give me
I
a
see
pair
it,
of them.
Albie.
Oh, that boy went hard. Got flowers in it. Oh, I like them. Oh man, out of place,
Tell
place.
too far back.
Hey, y'all gotta excuse me, you know.
yeah.
Damn, I'm about to say you bitches on that. Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, you be
Okay.
you. On the Talk Radio
Yeah,
Show, that's one thing. We want the artists to be them. We want them, we want people to see them as being them. Because they are them.
yeah,
Yes.
Well, I got to see
yeah.
them shows too. Y'all, I'm gonna come see y'all tomorrow. Be like, show me that picture, y'all.
Man, yeah, hey, can you show
Oh,
the
let me
picture?
see. I can put it
Boy,
back
they
up.
live. Oh, they live, man.
Hold on.
Boy, if I show my cousin from Memphis,
Let me
them
try
boy,
to.
oh, there he gonna be
You
Let me
know,
tripping.
try to
Can you
pull this
see
up.
him?
Let's see if y'all can get them. You
oh
see?
wow, oh my god,
Yeah, I see
There
it.
we go.
They got roses in the heel, bro. They
Man.
got roses in the heel, bro.
Lord, oh my god.
Say, man. Say, yeah. Hey,
Man,
hey, mhm,
so
yeah.
we have another question. What do you have
Okay.
in store for the Crank It Up?
For the crank it up, I'm gonna give them a mission. Foxy was a good programmer. She's good radio programmer. She also good show programmer. A lot of times I try to do my own thing. You know, I'm a Gemini man. You know
Ah,
how we is, bro.
yeah.
Bro, you know how it is, bro. You know, we try to, you know, I do it, you know. so so I said, well, you know, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give them a mixture this time. I'm gonna go and give them your mama side piece. Uh, I'm finna do one of her favorites called Ooh Bitches. And
Yeah.
and I'm
Y'all
gonna do
gonna
that
love
one.
it.
Y'all gonna love it, I promise. It's the way I do it. I'm gonna give her some stuff, you know. Of course, Moyo, you know, I gotta give a song up to Moyo. But every show I start from now on, I always do. We always love Big Poke. So I always come out with that first, and I get the crowd to sing that with me. And from that point on, I give them the business. And so we gonna do it like that. I'm asking all the artists to come out ready to head hunt. We call it cutting heads in Memphis. Let's come out and be prepared to cut heads. That way the whole show will be magnificent. It will
Right
Exactly.
be
about
an
that.
explosion, and people won't be hearing the same thing. Give them something. Give them an extra. extra and an extra
Right,
get on. You feel
right,
me? So that's
right.
what we ready to do. And I don't care if I was on crutches. I drop the crutch for a minute and shake the other leg. You know what I'm saying? So
Right
we
there,
don't
right
we
there.
don't we gonna do it. We don't play with it. We gonna come there and give everybody the show that they deserve. I hear from so many people they tired of these lame shows. So all you gotta do is get in front of the mirror, and if you don't like it, don't do it. Take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to encourage better shows for H Town. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So we can have more of the big money, not the $1,000 show, 5,000. So we'll be in the 20s and 30s. Like H Town. I love H Town, so they give a real show.
yeah.
So that's what we want to do. I don't care if you rap. I don't care if you sing. Give them a good show.
That's right there. So Albie
And
said that
please know all the words to your rap song. Go
that
ahead.
is right there. That part right there. Right there.
Oh, Albie got an afro wig to go with the shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you
say
got
you got an afro, got a wig. So Albie said there. So it will be.
Hell by the pants.
So there will be a tribute, a blowout tribute to Big Pokey. So if you
right,
have not got your tickets, please go get your tickets. We are
right.
honoring Big Pokey in an amazing way.
Yeah,
We have to, we have to. It's sad we have to give our legends their flowers while they're gone, but we got to keep his legacy alive
yeah,
because he is an amazing artist.
right.
It's that he went home so early. He is an amazing artist. Jaime, I can't say enough about you. And then you are from the place. Well, two of my favorite kind of rappers, two are from A Ball and MJG.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, man. When the camaraderie between me and A Ball and MJG is so real, man. It be it. One time we was in the studio together. my boss at the time, Big Richard Simpson. They the one mixed and recorded the Coming Out Hard album, the first album that y'all heard. I had heard a song, EP of theirs before I left Memphis, and that was before the Suave House and all that. And as I was, I was talking to Ball. He had his long perm, and I had my short perm, and we were sitting there talking. He said, "So yeah, what part of Memphis you from?" South Memphis. And he looked at me and kind of turned to the console because y'all don't understand that when in Memphis it was just like Houston. That's why it was so weird for me to come here and see the North didn't like the South, the South didn't like the North because that's how it was in Memphis. So when he turned his shoulder on me, I tapped him. I said, "Hey, young G," because he's younger than me. And I said, "Hey, bro," I said, "Yeah, I'm from the South side of Memphis. You from the North, but we in Houston right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what that mean? You know." So he knew what I meant. Hey, nigga, we supposed to stand back to back. Like we supposed to be back to back with each other, bro. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because we in a foreign city. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we're gonna forget about North and South Side today. So that's how we met officially. And me and MJG, because of the way he is, he's the pimp of the game, of the crew for real, like his lyrics and everything. So me and him always have a good camaraderie together. Anywhere he see me, he stop and holler. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Man,
what we got. What's up, homeboy? What's up, homeboy? Where you going, man? Going down there, man. You know what I'm saying? So we always holler. We always man. We always do.
man, this
They two of my favorites too.
yes, man, this has been an amazing, amazing interview with our boy Jaime Sinatra. You can catch him tomorrow at the Slab Rollers Meet and Greet. You can catch the Tower Radio
So,
Show. Al B's gonna be out there. You have the Queen of
so
Breaking Up, Miss Cynthia. You got the Fox. She will be out. You don't
yes.
want to miss the Fox.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We got Vic. We got Nahuma from the Man Cave Kings. These guys will be out
yeah.
there. We're gonna have a
Big all
Shout out
y'all.
to all the
Thank
Mad Cave
y'all.
Kings. Yeah.
Amen. But y'all, it's this been one of my best ever interviews, man. I'm talking about, man. I felt the spirit of God at certain points, and I felt the spirit of love, in this interview, and I just love the way it came across. I love how y'all doing it over there at Tower, and we just want to continue to support each other, and anything I can do, Fox can do, to work with y'all and build it even greater on each of our
Already.
brands. I'm with it. I'm down with it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see the city all the way back on, and I appreciate every last one of y'all that take the time out in the world of media to shed positive light, what I'm saying, on what's going on in this game and any other businesses that y'all have helped to promote. We really appreciate y'all. In a day of in our final days and final hours where everything is go viral with some foolishness.
Right.
Y'all are showing that we can do a positive thing and keep it going. And of all things, keep God and good first. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we want to continue to exuberate, and we want to continue to support y'all, and y'all continue to support us.
Most
And
definitely.
we gonna do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely,
Right.
yeah, most definitely. So you guys, this was an amazing interview, with, I'm gonna say it like this, the king and queen of Legends of Houston. Let's put it like that. So, and again, we all will be out at Townwood Park at 6 o'clock tomorrow for the Slab Rollers meet and greet. You'll get to meet all these wonderful people on your screen right about now. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do our thing. You may even see Jhiame grab that microphone and give you a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, whatever the mode be, I might be full of that good honey jack and hit the stage just like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, and I want to tell my brother there, appreciate for hanging in here with me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. Man, so
yeah.
we will see you guys tomorrow. As always, I always say this. I want to thank my team, Miss Keisha, Mr. Dot, Lay and
Mr.
Tay.
Guy, all right, Keisha, what's good?
Sinatra. We want to thank the Fox for being on here with us.
Appreciate y'all so much.
Man, thank y'all so much for the opportunity.
And the
Thank
beautiful
y'all.
questions.
I want to say this. At SUC Jhiame Sinatra. It's SUCJHIAME Sinatra. I want y'all to know that. That's my IG. Fox.
Damn.
Type that in for y'all in the
Yeah.
comments.
Type it in. Type both files in. We just want y'all.
She gonna put it in for y'all. I want
Yeah,
y'all.
she gonna put it in. See, I'm old. I don't know nothing about that. I ain't know I can type put nothing in.
That's all right. And here it
Don't
is.
let him fool y'all. He better on social media than I am.
Yeah.
Don't let him fool y'all.
And posting, I'm good at posting.
So y'all want to find Jhiame Sinatra? There it is, right there.
Right. That's right, bro. That's right, Doc.
Right there. We gonna make sure we post that. We gonna keep that.
That's
Again,
right.
Tower Radio Show. Oh, hold up. Don't forget the lady herself at Fox Wild Lady. There it is.
Got it.
Go.
That's right. That's right.
Foxy
That's
lady.
right. That's right. Hey,
Right.
shout out to Booker T. Washington, 84 alumni. Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to everybody from Acres Home to Studewood to South Park to Southwest to East Side to the West to that A-Leaf to it all, man. To that SWAT. We all down with everything. Conroe, what up? Humble, what up?
And to back what Jhiame is saying, we've done this, but I'm gonna do it again. R.I.P. to DJ Screw. R.I.P.
DJ School, RP, salute.
all
Big
the
Poke.
fallen Houston legends.
Gator.
Y'all,
Everybody.
Screw, I know you looking down.
That's
keep
right.
your thing alive.
I love him. I won't
Man.
stop. Screw love to the day I die. And I ain't gonna stop till the casket drop. Believe that.
Already. And he gonna be at the pearly gates singing too.
That's right.
Same
Dying. I'm gonna go hard. Well, I'm gonna be kicking it with Marvin, so you know I'm gonna do my thing.
Right. Man. So you guys, we will see you live tomorrow. We'll be live on site at the Slab Rollers meet with all our team members, with the Fox, with Jhiame Sinatra, and many, many more guests and artists that will be on the Crank It Up Part 4, September 10th. I'm Miss Shay. That's Miss Keisha, Mr. Dot, Lay, and Tay. We're on the
Dot.
Talk Radio
Thank
Show.
you.
Always remember, take God with you. And where you can't take God, ain't the place you want to be. We're the Talk Radio Show. We out. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.